everything we know is wrong. The following images show aliens have been hiding in plain sight for eons. These images are real. They are all sourced from resources NASA has made available to the public. I will provide links, where it is appropriate, in the description below. Hi, and welcome to the Atrox Lux channel. I'm not real, but what you are about to see is. So pull on your space boots, fasten that helmet, and let's go look at stuff.
Atrox Lux.
This is the cool-sounding Mawrth Vallis on Mars. Mawrth is the Welsh word for Mars, so this is Mawrth Valley. It sits in an area called the Oxia-Pallas Quadrangle that was heavily flooded in Mars' past, just like all the other areas on Mars that have a heavy alien presence. Check out the links below. There is a lot going on in this region, but let's look at this one particular area. As you can see, it is not only overly bright, but it is in black and white with the contrast messed up. It is almost like NASA knows what is here and is hoping we don't look closer. I almost didn't. What drew me in was this area. I then started seeing other things. Let's enhance this. Now we can clearly see what is here. This is a massive starport. There are upwards of 50 landed UFO or UAP in this area. I have isolated the best examples of these alien spacecraft for us to look at. Two of the best examples are seen here. They kind of look like Imperial ships from Star Wars. These two ships are identical, likely from the same species, and one is in the middle of taking off or landing. Below them are two craft that have landing ramps down. And this one has visible landing gear. There are more craft further up. This one has huge rear engine thrusters and looks built for speed. To its right is a ship with a curvy dolphin-like design. And above that is a small ship that has a Star Trek vibe to it. So far, none of these has looked like a traditional UFO. The majority of the craft in this starport look like typical science fiction ships, but not this one. This is the clearest UAP or UFO here. It looks like the craft from the movie District 9, and what is commonly called a hamburger UFO, because it kind of looks like a hamburger, obviously. Below it are three interesting craft. The first looks like the Star Fury fighters from the series Babylon 5. The second is uncannily like the blockade runner from Star Wars. The third craft is just a really cool design. Directly to its right is a sleek, flat, really cool speedster. Above this, there are possibly two craft close together, with the left craft flying past the other. Both have cockpit canopies. To the right is a craft flying past the biggest craft in the image. This immense ship looks like a warship, as there are turrets on the top of its hull. It also has huge guns in front of the bridge. There is a large, brightly lit opening in the center of the craft that is possibly a hangar. Some elements can be seen inside. Just below is a ship in flight that looks exactly like the Mamba from the game Elite Dangerous. Exactly like it. The last ship is very cool and looks like the love child of Thunderbird 2 and the Python from Elite Dangerous. There are structures around the craft like this pair of towers and buildings surrounding them. This is the biggest starport I have found on not just Mars, but anywhere. There are so many ships and structures here, it was impossible to show them all. And this is only a small section of this vast starport that covers almost the entire full image. Smaller craft are parked everywhere. The majority are not classic UFO, but the science fiction style with rear thrusters and sleek design. I will be returning to this area to go into more detail on these other sections. This is a quick preview of what else is here. Structures, spacecraft, and a forest that, according to NASA, shouldn't exist. This is just scratching the surface of what is in this area of Mawrth Vallis. This is not the only starport I have found on Mars or elsewhere. They can also be found on the Moon and Earth. Where are the aliens coming from? Gee, I wonder. Do you think we'll ever find out? There is so little evidence that aliens have been visiting Earth or our solar system. If only NASA or the ESA could have accidentally caught alien stuff in their images, the world would finally know. The links to the other starports and their videos can be found below. Obviously, these are swamp gas, weather balloons. I'm misconstruing the data, being silly, not looking at the images in the right way. I know what these look like, and I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. What is most telling about this starport is that we don't see much evidence of these craft on Earth, except similar designs in games and movies. Yet we see the saucer-shaped UFOs, lights, and orbs in our skies. In all the NASA images I have seen of alien craft, they always have a science fiction look to them, and rarely the saucers or orbs. Why is that? Let's hope this warship never meets this one. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more of this malarkey, please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, the time for disclosure is now. I'll see you again soon.
Me. Yao?